What is up, Saturn System? I hope you beautiful people are enjoying another wonderful day in paradise. My name is Saturn Cycle, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. We're just on a losing streak right now. We have a -2 streak. And it's kind of hot in my room recording this. It's like 92 degrees outside. Who's it going to be? Samson, I can live with that. I am really hot. That's how you know you guys. That's how you guys know I love you. Is this Burning Basement Curse of Darkness? Oh my goodness. I can't see anything. Hey, Jacob's Ladder, such a great item. We saw this item last run when we were Azazel, but since Azazel doesn't have normal tiers, his Brimstone actually overrides most synergies, which is a bummer. It's a pretty big bummer. That's why I wanted to get my hands on like Ludo. Oh, jeez. Because Ludo overrides his Brimstone. And it makes him a god of death. A Shinigami, a Ryuk, a Bleach. It makes him an anime. Can't see anything in this godforsaken place. This is what I was saying like early when I first started playing this game on my channel. Curse of Darkness Burning Basement is the worst. Especially if you try to watch this series on your phone. I'm sorry for anyone that does, because holy hell. Like, I'm sitting right in front of my laptop screen and I can't see it. So, as you guys know, I'm from America. I'm from the South. I live in South Carolina. And it is ungodly hot here in the summer. Like, we've been lucky this week. This week hasn't been in the triple digits, but the week has also just started, so let's not count our blessings too quickly. It's 92 degrees right now, and even in my room, I can feel the heat through the window. But it also doesn't help that my laptop puts off a lot of heat as well. Probably like a ridiculous amount of heat. I need to build a desktop soon, and my buddy Bobby is helping me with that. I just need to buy a case and a power supply, which isn't too bad. Like, depending on like how high quality I want to go, it costs me like either like a little over $100 to get both, or a couple of $100s for both separately. It all depends on how hoity-toity I feel like being, you know? I don't exactly have the money to be hoity-toity though, so I might have to like defer to him and be like, hey, what do you think I could get with... I'm balling on a budget here, bud. What do you think I could do? But like, I'm hoping when I build a desktop, depending on the cooling system I use for it, it'll put off less heat, so my room won't be nearly as hot while I'm trying to record. Because my room gets really hot, and the downside to that is sometimes, like, I try to do like a lot of videos at once, and then there'll be times where I have to like take like a half-hour break in between videos just so I can cool my room down. Because I don't know if you guys have tried recording when it's really hot in your room, like when you're legit sweating in your room. It's miserable. It's absolutely abysmal trying to find any semblance of coherency or peace when your room feels like a sauna. And also, speaking of saunas, when I was a kid, my family used to have Holiday Inn family reunions every year. It was always in the summer, like right after school let out so that we could travel, because it was always in Pennsylvania. And during the family reunions, like, we would do like family activities during the day. Like, we would get together in one of the ballrooms in Holiday Inn, and we would like do stuff together, like karaoke. It would be dumb to switch Book of Revelations with Satanic Bible, since they both do legitimately the same thing, except Satanic Bible gives us black hearts instead of blue hearts. They would be dumb. It would be so dumb to trade all of that HP away for that. We are going to take this. It's extra spirit hearts. But yeah, we would get together and be like people catching up on how the family is doing, people like showing off talents, just like a bunch of just like family barbecue stuff, but in a hotel. And then when the evening rolled around, once we'd gone through like the whole program, because there would even be like little breakfast things too, where it's like, oh, show up at the hotel today and we'll have like a breakfast buffet bar in our typical ballroom place. So, you know, it was a lot of fun. And then at the evening, when there was nothing else going on and people were just kind of like hanging out with each other, catching up, all the kids were allowed to go to the pool. And Holiday Inn is typical for having like indoor pools, which I appreciated as a kid. Because who wants to deal with sunlight and all that stuff? And because it was an indoor pool, they would keep the pool temperature regulated themselves, which I also appreciated, because there's nothing more dissatisfying than wanting to go swimming, but the pool it's either not quite warm enough outside, or the pool is way colder than it should be, so it makes you prefer staying outside of the water. But anyway, the pool temperature was regulated, so I was really appreciative of that. And there was like the Holiday Inn that we would go to had like there was a pool, there was a jacuzzi, there's a sauna, there was even like mini golf inside, like right next to the pool. It was kind of ridiculous now that I look back on it. But I used to do this thing. Actually, me and my siblings and my cousins would all do this thing where we would go into the sauna for like half an hour, raise our body temperature through the roof, we'd be sweating our behinds off, and then we would go jump right in the pool. We didn't know how dangerous of a concept that was as a kid. Like, we didn't know that you could actually send your system into shock doing that, because we were kids. But I just remember like marveling and how different the freaking temperature was. Like, I thought the pool was so much warmer earlier today. It's like because we raised our core body temperature. Like, it just blew my mind as a kid. Also, I'm so grateful for this level 3 shop. This is the kind of shop I'm after, where you could have so many items potentially. Could you just die, please? Oh, because we don't have them unlocked, these aren't lucky pennies. We don't really want anything here, so I'm not gonna bother. Ooh, okay, do we want curved spoon, or do we want to aim higher? We don't have a good track record for aiming higher, so we're gonna take curved spoon. Spoon bender, whatever. We're gonna save our bombs for when we need them, and we're gonna save our money for shop. We're topped out on HP, which is good. We haven't been topped out on HP in a long time. And that's what happens when you talk about the Holiday Inn. Things just go right. I can't even remember the last time I set foot in a Holiday Inn. There's also a ton of stores here in the South that I've just never set foot in. And people are like, how did you make it this far without doing that? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, there's a store here called Piggly Wiggly, which is like, I don't know the equivalent, because I don't know if it's just a local thing to the South, but it's basically just a grocery store. And I've never set foot in it. Not once. My sister, there's this ginger ale that's like spicy, almost. I don't know how else to describe it. It's basically like a spicy ginger ale. It comes in different like heat levels. It's so cool. But I was like, okay, where can I buy this? And she's like, oh, the only place that I found it was Piggly Wiggly. And I'm like, I've never set foot in one of those places. She was like, really? Like, we've lived in this state for years and you've never... Like, nope, not once. I don't even know where the closest one to the house is. And she's like, oh my goodness, really? It's like, yep. If I need groceries, I go to Walmart. I do not go to Piggly Wiggly. My stomach is rumbling so loud. It would be embarrassing if the microphone picked that up. I need to make some food after this episode, which means I can also take the time to cool down my room. It's a win-win. Bouncing to a completely different subject, I have been watching more anime than usual lately, like, because there was this... It had to have been like a 6 or 7 year gap where I just didn't watch any anime. I watched anime I was familiar with, and then I was just like, okay, I'm done. I'm giving back my weeb card. And then anime like One Punch Man and My Hero Academia and Mob Psycho 100, and Promised Neverland. Stuff like that really brought me back into anime. Not to the point where I'm keeping up with what's coming out every season, because that's entirely too much anime. Like, it's mind-blowing just how much anime comes out every year. It's absurd. But, like, mainstream stuff I'm still really into, I guess. And I've been keeping up with Attack on Titan. Season 3 was really hit or miss for me. I mean, it's still going. But the first half of Season 3 was, like... It was really, really boring. Like, there's really no other way to put it. Season 3 Part 1, as it's called, because it's broken up into parts. So boring. And then right when I was getting excited, the first half of the season ended, and I was just like, are you kidding me? But Season 2 so far has been a freaking wild ride. This most recent episode is probably... For me, it's probably the most boring episode of the second half so far. But that's just because everything else has been so action-packed. I watched an anime called Bakuman recently that I kept getting recommended. And it was like, it was an anime about these two high school students. Well, I guess when the anime starts, they're middle school students. And their dream is to write a popular manga. Like, they want to be popular authors in the show's equivalent of the popular publication Shonen Jump, but in the show it's called Shonen Jack. But they even reference, like, real-world anime like Naruto and One Piece and Bleach and all that stuff. I hate this room. I think I'm just gonna leave. Excuse me. And it's a really heartfelt and charming anime. Like, I'm usually more of a shonen battle anime kind of guy. Like, I like action scenes, but also a good story. And Bakuman is, like... It somehow has, like, the heart of a shonen battle anime, while only being about drawing. It's so cool. I freaking loved it. It's one of those anime that I would absolutely recommend. It's 3 seasons long. I believe 3 seasons. At 25 episodes a season. Sounds like a lot, but when you compare it to, like, things like Naruto and One Piece and Bleach and Dragon Ball, 75 episodes is nothing. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is actually shorter than Bakuman. I believe it clocks in at, like, 64 episodes or something. I don't know, like, there are some anime that are super short but very poignant. One Punch Man is only like 20-something episodes long, but the show's still running. 2020, baby! My favorite anime of the season right now, though... Well, I guess I can't say season because that means different things to different people. But my current favorite anime, like new age anime, because Yu Yu Hakusho and Full Metal will always rule my top 2 spots. My current 2 favorites of the modern era are Mob Psycho 100 and My Hero Academia. Both of those shows have, like, they're both incredibly well animated, but they have such strong emotional notes that, like, they've gotten me to tear up before. Like, both of them equally have gotten me to tear up. There's a lot of humanity in Mob Psycho 100, which is what gets me to tear up there. And then there's just a lot of really touching character development and so on in My Hero. And, like, for me, a lot of my problem with anime nowadays is that a lot of it looks exactly the same. And I know that's inherently untrue, but, like, it's pretty true. A lot of anime looks exactly the same, style-wise. Which is probably why I appreciated My Hero and Mob Psycho so much. And One Punch Man, of course. Because they have such a distinct style to them. It's probably why I also really, you know... It's probably why I'm so heavy into the Persona games. Because they have such a distinct art style to them. Bakuman just looks like a typical anime with typical anime designs. But for me, the story is what carried it. I actually think I might do a video, like a Let's Talk About It video on Bakuman. and why you should watch it. But still have a couple other videos to... Actually, I think I might do that soon, while the anime is still fresh in my brain. Because I only finished it a couple weeks ago. I need new anime to watch. Like something that's... Preferably something that's already done, so I can just binge it from start to finish. Hey, this is actually really good for us. So we will come back for that. So that actually helps us in the long run because it helps us build up damage without, you know, ruining our deal with the devil chance or losing our spirit hearts. But we're not going to keep it because having the Book of Revelations with renewable spirit hearts is a very powerful defensive item for us. Even if our damage resets, it's like whatever. We do want to find a shop. Our damage resetting is like a small price to pay for having renewable HP. Renewable HP will take us just as far as high damage will. We just have to not play like crap, like we like to do. Okay, so that's the boss room. It's Necropolis 1. Samson has done boss rush and nothing else. We'll take BFF. Under normal circumstances, I would take blank card, but we have Spirit Hearts on lock. You know what? I'm gonna take the backpack. Backpack. So the backpack allows us to hold 2 active items. So which means we can go back for the IV bag. PhD. That health upgrade though. So you never want to, as far as HP goes, it's never advisable to max out your red hearts because it makes it incredibly difficult to keep your hands on... Okay, but how do we switch? Okay, we switch with left bumper. Cool. All right, we have the blue map, so now we can see where secret rooms are. Yeah, we'll play it. Because now we have a... 1, we get more money. And 2, sure, why not? Blow you up. Blow you up. That sweet, sweet money. That sweet capitalism. Oh, all garbage, all of you. Okay, so... Okay, I'm not worried about you. I'm glad we picked up BFF because we're going to get a 3rd level bandage girl. And she's going to be powered up. We're never going to take that because we're never going to be in a position to use it, unfortunately. That's an item that's good for someone like Blue Baby. Okay. So we can't see our HP, so we're going to rely on the Book of Revelations if we do take damage. And it also means we're not really going to use the IV bag since we can't see our HP. It would be very unwise. Because if you don't have red hearts in your containers, it'll start chewing through your spirit hearts. And since we can't see how much we have, like, we'll know that we're good to use the, whatchamacallit, the IV bag, if we get to a point where we find red hearts on the ground, but we can't pick them up anymore. Hello, Greed. We need Dang, bandage girl, you just watched me do all the work. What was that about? Okay, let's just keep on exploring. You should give us a spirit heart, which probably can't even, well, we can pick it up. I would play you under normal circumstances, but I'm gonna blow you up and try to get some hearts. There's a half heart. I know we did pick up a red heart earlier, but I'm gonna wait until my red heart containers are full to even consider using the IV bag. Let's go looking for our item room and our shop, because we are a rich girl. Oh, that was bad. That was bad damage. I took that damage because I my eyes are kind of trying to close because I thought I had to sneeze. It was a sneeze emergency there. More bombs, okay. Spear hearts or red hearts. I would play you under normal circumstances, but we've got money to spend. He's already done boss rush, so I'm not worried about that. He does have to fight Hush though, so we can't lollygag too much, but we do have a little bit of time to burn. And fighting Hush, actually, he's actually at a bit of an advantage there because taking damage buffs him to a certain extent. So as long as we can continue to build our damage stat until we get to Hush, fighting Hush will... It won't be a cakewalk because, you know, super armor or hyper armor or whatever you want to call it. But, it'll still be more manageable than with normal characters. And we don't need piercing shots because we have Jacob's Ladder. And electricity pierces enemies for us. Threaded that needle, baby. We don't need to use the Book of Revelations because, as we saw earlier, we can't pick up that spirit heart that we saw. That was dumb damage. Where's our... I was about to say, where's our rooms? Well, we gotta be quicker than that. I don't really care for you, but we're gonna pick you up anyway because I'm not sure if I've picked you up before. We'll take 48-hour energy. Because what that item does, well, what that pill does, is it charges your active item and also gives you a battery. And that's good to hold on to if we end up in a tight spot. Now we just gotta find the frickin' item shop. I don't know where it's at. You usually run across it close to the item room, but it's being rebellious. Okay, so it's not there. Oh, did we go right past it? Oh, I guess we did. We don't want any of these. It's too late for there's options. It's never too late for this, though. Okay, what's on our wish list? What you got for me, pal? We could turn this into another... Did not mean to use that. We will take this over that. The coupon, we could get stuff for free, but it doesn't really matter. Deck of cards, huh? You're just trying to force my hand here. Battery baby, probably worth it, to be honest. Tarot cloth, absolutely worth it. Humbling bundle would have been worth it too. So what we're gonna do is this. Goodness gracious. just in case. And then we're going to do the thing. Now we're going to leave it behind. Can we buy this? Oh, we only have a thingy. Okay, switch back to Book of Revelations. So we bought the gift or the present or whatever it is, so that if we get into our next deal with the devil or whatever, we can potentially get another item out of it. Now we just gotta survive. And we have 7 minutes to make it to Hush. Which is more than enough time apparently. Because we just trashed Mom. This is a good run for fighting Hush. And a good run for going down to Shoal. Okay, so we just want to get through these floors as quick as humanly possible. We don't really want to... We can see our HP now, so that's good. So now we can keep track of when we need to use Book of Revelations. I still can't believe I accidentally wasted that freaking 40-hour energy pill. That could have done us really, 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 really solid in the Hush fight. But oh well, them's the breaks, kid. Sometimes you mess up. We just need to focus on getting to where we gotta go. So what can make our run better at this point? I'm honestly not sure. This is actually... I would put this at a... This is like an A- tier run. It would be a solid A if we had better damage, but that damage comes from Samson's ability. So it's not a bad run by any means. This is definitely like a solid... It's like an A-, B+ kind of run. Like, just one strong item would tip it in our favor. Don't know what that item would be, but we're doing fine. We're just kind of cruising. Even with his roughly base damage, the Jacob's Ladder Electric Boogaloo is what's carrying this. Bandage Girl's not really doing too much work. She's mostly just kind of sitting around. I mean, look at that. She fights when it's convenient for her. What a daddy's girl. She might be of more use during the Hush fight. Who knows, honestly. Bandage Girl is kind of weird. I prefer Meat Boy, honestly. He seems to do more. A double Gertie fight? Are you kidding me? Oh, hey, hearts. Thanks, game. I can't even see what she's doing. It looks like she's putting in work. I can't tell, though. Can they shoot backwards? I can't tell. Can you shoot backwards? It doesn't look like it. We will take red hearts. No deal with the devil, though. It's kind of unfortunate. It seems like Bandage Girl just kind of sits around. I wish the like Bandage Girl and Meat Boy were more aggressive than they actually are. They have terrible pathfinding and terrible like enemy detection AI. Meat Boy seems a little better. He does seem a little bit more aggressive, but Bandage Girl, not so much. She seems like you have to literally walk past the enemy you want her to fight for her to actually fight it. She also doesn't seem to do much contact damage. She seems like she more charms the enemy than she does the contact damage. I know you're over here. Whatever. Just do it from this side. Yeah, she doesn't seem nearly as strong as Meat Boy. That's kind of a downside. I would have preferred Meat Boy. We are picking up a lot of money, which is going to help for the shop down in Hush. Which I feel like we're absolutely on... Okay. I feel like we're on point to make it to. We have more than enough time. I want to go down there with a full charge for, what the hell's this item? Book of Revelations. Just so that if we get hit, we have something to work with. I do wish we had car battery though. Car battery allows us to, like, for every one time we use our active item, it activates twice. So if we had car battery, instead of getting 1 spear heart, we would get 2 for when we used it. Boss room's right there. Let's do this, boys and girls. Guys and ghouls. So strangely enough, for my YouTube channel, what I'm most excited for is Halloween, like the Halloween season. October is just going to be full of like weird Halloween related stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to be playing nothing but horror games, so there aren't going to be any Pokemon games on our channel at that time, unless they're Pokemon creepypastas. Sure, why not, I guess. Guess we'll take this. Kind of a bummer, but whatever. Okay, let's fight Hush and not die this time. We can't see our HP. That's actually very bad for us. So we're at full HP right now. We can take 6 hits before we have to start using our thingy-malingy. Restock! Bless your heart! What does this do? I don't know. Hermit, stars. We will hold on to this if I feel like we're really low on HP. Chaos! Thank you, Jesus! Okay, let's check out these rooms. Tier upgrade. Please be something strong. Another tier upgrade. Not mad at that, we're at the tier cap now. Let's blow this up and get some pills. If we feel like we're in a really bad way, we will teleport back out here, and we will pick up all these hearts and stuff. So we'd have to get hit 6 times. 6 times puts us at half health. We teleport out here, that is almost half health again. So yeah, we'll if we get hit like 10 times, we'll come back out here. Which means we'd have to start the fight over, but it's better to try more than once than to just die. Really wish we could see our health though. The Hush fight when you can't see your health is a little more stressful because you got to play a bit more conservatively. But at least we have range and well then again, if we get hit, we have the ability now where it's like each hit makes us progressively stronger. So if we do have to restart this fight, we won't be hurting too much. Because right now we're still rocking, you know, a little over base damage. And we're only going to get stronger the more we get hit. Jacob's Ladder on top of Spoonbender on top of our range and our shot speed are going to allow us to be a little bit more, a little bit less concerned. Because with Azazel we had to be right up in Hush's face, but now we can focus on, we can focus on dodging. So we hit once, hit twice, we got rid of that HP right away. So we're down to 11 hearts, 5 of which I believe are spirit hearts. Maybe 6 of which are spirit hearts. I don't know. 10. I really have to keep up with how many spirit hearts we're losing. Well, how many hearts in general we're losing. So we're down to 10 hearts because we got hit twice. Well, we got hit 3 times, and one of them was negated. We did come down here with full HP. I forgot all about Bandage Girl. Oh my goodness. Completely forgot about Bandage Girl. Says a lot about her. Seems like a good spot for us to stand. Of course you would send flies out. If the flies drop red hearts, we have a little bit more flexibility as well. Get him, Bandage Girl. Oh, for a moment I legit thought she just walked around him and kept minding her business. I was about to be so furious. Furiosa. I was about to be Mad Max. I've never seen Fury Road. I know some people were down to 9 hearts. I know some people are like, you haven't seen Mad Max Fury Road? Nope, I have not. I don't plan to because I don't care. That's how I feel about Star Wars. I've only seen like the New Age Star Wars. Like I've seen The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. And I've seen The Phantom Menace. But I haven't seen any of the OG ones because I don't care. That and the story has been super spoiled, so at this point I'm like, why should I even bother? But what puts me off most about Star Wars is the fans. They're very elitist and they're very snooty. We're down to 8 hearts. I don't know. Fans like that are no matter what fandom they belong to, they're always annoying. 7 hearts. They're always like, ugh. 6 hearts. They're always like, oh, you don't know this? You're not a real fan. 5 hearts, cutting it real close. I also feel like we can end this fight before we have to teleport out. 4 hearts, cutting it super close. 3 hearts, cutting it super close. I also can't really see. Okay, we're back full on those. There was no Spirit Heart for sale in here. We'll use this and get down with the sickness. Or you get down with the thickness, if that's how you like your ladies. Or dudes, however you roll. No, we don't need explosive diarrhea. So from here, we are going to go down. Because we need to get the negative so that we don't have to worry about going to Shoal unless we have to. Curse of the Blind is fine. I don't really care about Curse of the... On floors like this, Curse of the Blind does not matter. On floors like the chest, it absolutely matters. In the dark room, it kind of sometimes matters. But that's only if you're trying to avoid like Cursed Eye or Curse of the Tower. Then it kind of matters. Because you don't get gold chests on the dark room, you only get red chests. Most of the time it's a waste of time anyway. Like I'm not going to waste my time on that. But on the chest, most of your chests are gold chests. And if they're not gold chests, they are wooden chests. And if they're not wooden chests, they're rarely red chests. But most of the time they're gold or wooden. And gold or wooden chests always have items in them. So Curse of the Blind on that floor is a pain in the booty. That was dumb damage. Because a run like that, where you get to the chest and then you get Curse of the Blind, that can ruin your run. Like, it can ruin your synergies, which can get you killed. Which is a bad thing if you don't know. And if you don't know, now you know. We took a lot of dumb damage there. What? I thought I was out of the way of that. That was my fault. Spirit Heart, thank you very much. Let's not get tilted this close to the end. Okay. Get him! Get him, girl! No, don't follow me, follow him! Okay, so I feel like we can do this. Because that phase right there is probably the most annoying. This coming phase, I'm not worried about in the slightest. All we have to do is fly around and watch out for the explodey boys that spawn. Which they didn't seem to be spawning at all. Okay. That's that run though. What did you unlock? Blood rights? Don't know what that does. How many pieces of the polar, I mean the negative we need? I guess it's just not going to show us anymore. Well, if you guys have been enjoying Isaac and you're looking forward to seeing how it plays out in the future, consider leaving a like and subscribe. Both help the channel immensely. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit the bell icon so you never miss out on notifications when content goes up. And as always, I've been Saturn. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you in the next episode of Isaac. Later, everybody.